Okay, that's like weird clothes, man. That's either like a really ugly school uniform, the yellow and the red, or it's a mentally retarded person. Oh, okay, it's a young, good-looking girl, so it's just a really ugly school uniform. I was thinking it's either like an elderly lady with like really bad fashion sense, or it's like a young girl and that's just her school uniform and she's forced to wear it. And I totally agree with the school uniform idea, because that's not something I'd want to kidnap and rape, you know? If I had a hot daughter, I would put her in a school with the ugliest school uniform. And another thing in Asia, or in Taiwan anyways, is girls are not allowed to have hair past their, like, past their chin, or touching, or past their shoulders or something. I think past their chin. You have, so this starts in junior high school. In junior high school, all girls have to cut their hair short and wear ugly, like, sweatpants, like, and they're like ugly, like they're like, you know, well, you can see some school uniforms here. It's like, look at this guy, he's wearing pink and purple, like fluorescent pink and shit. Yeah, I know. And I think it's genius. I think it's, as a parent, you know, I have a son, so I don't have to worry too much. But if, you know, if I had a daughter, I would want her to be wearing those god-awful clothes, because then I'd feel safe. They're like, it's you know, like, if I go to a high school in Canada, it's just nothing but like large-breasted, gorgeous women. She's attractive. Yeah, it's just, you know, just if I went to a high school in Canada right now and walked around, I'd probably just be walking around with like a constant erection. But if you go to a high school here in Asia, you'd think, oh, Asian schoolgirls. No, it's just like all these girls with really short, bad haircuts and horrible, what's the opposite of revealing? It's like, their clothes are all just like baggy and they're non-form fitting, so they don't, okay, that's totally not where I wanted to turn. Yeah, it hides their figures. They wear these like baggy sweatpants and these baggy sweat tops, and you can't even tell if they have breasts or not, or for a figure, and that's so intelligent. Okay, this is a dead end and I want to go right, so evidently I'm making a U-turn. Maybe it's time to whip out the GPS. Yep, okay, I'm pretty sure that's a topic. Or some semblance of one? Semblance? You gotta love it when I try to use the big words and I just fail. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna sound smart, I'm gonna throw in this big word, and then I can't say it. I'm just like, it's some kind of symbols. What? I don't even remember what I was originally trying to say. What was I trying to say? Symbionts? Semblance. There we go. Semblance. Symbionts. Symbiotic? We're just trying to create some kind of symbiotic of, I don't remember what I was talking about at all anymore. I must use my cell phone too much or something. I saw an article recently. There's a guy, and he used his cell phone. He had a job where he was traveling, like he was a traveling salesman, so he just traveled around in America in his car, like, all the time. He just went from city to city doing stuff, and selling stuff, whatever. And he used his cell phone to make appointments, so he'd be phoning, as he was driving towards a city, he'd be phoning the city, and he'd have a list of, like, possible customers, and he'd go through the list while he was driving. Like, maybe he'd, I don't know, pre-program in the numbers, and then while he was driving, he'd just, but nonetheless, you know, forget about the fact that he was driving a car and talking on his cell phone, which is stupid. The point of the story is he was talking on his cell phone with it to his ear for 6 hours a day, every day on average. And, what the fuck? Look at those arrows, eh? I get it. So, that's the way to go. That's how you skip a line, man. So what's that guy doing? He's wearing like a, that's weird. He's wearing some kind of like a vest as if he's a cop or a parking patrol or something. But he just totally runs a red light. What's with that? I don't get that. Yeah, I forget what I was talking about again.